everyone. We're back. And if you notice, I am on the left. TJ, Kim, Mac. And we'd like to introduce a new addition to the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. Kim. Fresh from Texas, she will be our resident Texas commentator in politics. Newly relocated from Texas here to Michigan. So, Kim, take it away.
Hi, first off, I want you guys to know I am from Michigan originally, so I was brought up in Traverse City, Michigan, so I am a Michigander. They used to tease me in Texas about my northern accent. So, anyway, yeah, Texas is a huge topic. You know, the thing is that I'm afraid if we don't do more as conservatives, we're going to lose Texas. The Democrats are attacking it right and left currently with all sorts of movements. I mean, Beto O'Rourke was one of them that actually, you know, almost became our state senator when he went against Ted Cruz. So they're under attack. Our border is a big problem. People have no idea what really, truly is going on the border. You hear bits and pieces, but if you don't live in those cities, you don't know. We've got cartels. They're in the United States. Cartels aren't just across the border. They're in every city along that border and I lived about 150 miles from the border, and there are drug wars going on over the territory of that currently. As Border Patrol, our Border Patrol are attacked daily, on a daily basis. People don't know that. The thing is what we've found, I've went on some border patrols with Oath Keepers, and what people don't understand is the Democrats have flyers made out that actually say, come to America, get free food, free medical, free clothing, and vote Democrat. So, you know, that's the thing is they are trying to drive the vote in across our border.
Right. You say that people don't know this or don't understand that. No, because they're worried about the president's latest tweet or the distraction of the impeachment or more investigations and so on and so forth. So that's why they don't know those things. They don't know. Maybe they don't want to know.
Right.
But well, how would you be? What would life as a citizen be if you were unarmed in that state?
It would be a disaster, a total disaster. Midland, Odessa area, large cartel outlet there already. El Paso. Of course, there's rumors going on that, you know, Beto had very close ties to the cartel, so maybe that's why he wanted open borders. You know, the thing is that my little town of about 26 to 27,000, maybe a few years back had one murder a year, one shooting a year. Now shootings, drive-bys go on a daily basis in that town.
Right.
So people don't understand. My son's friends, they went hunting, got held up by the cartel, were held at gunpoint, were made to sign over some property, and then their truck was stolen. This is the life that the people on the border are living in the United States. We're under attack, and people don't seem to realize that.
Well, you remember when the president said it was an invasion, which is what I said back in 2006, that it was an invasion.
It is an invasion, and it's led. The invasion is being led by the Democratic Party, and there's no doubt that we know that down in Texas.
We have seen examples of Congress people, I think Sheila Jackson Lee being one of them, that went across the border and brought someone back and basically said, do something about it. Well, nothing happened.
AOC's advocating for him. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
Sheila Jackson, what an embarrassment for Texas, I'll tell you.
She's an embarrassment to the human race.
Is that the one that wears that pink cowboy hat?
No, that's not her. It's
that's someone else.
Okay.
All right, I stand corrected,
Maxine
everybody.
Waters, I think.
No, it's not Maxine. It's a Texas congresswoman. Her name escapes me. Maybe we'll post it below when we figure that out. But she wears pink cowboy hats, white cowboy hat, but she always wears a cowboy hat, and she looks utterly ridiculous with it on.
And see, that's part of my problem is with with the Republican Party. I am a Republican, there's no doubt, and I always have been. I have been at several conventions and participated. But we've got a problem. We're not hitting everyday people. The Republican Party caters to the more elite. And as conservatives, we've got to start catering to the everyday people. You know, the Democrats have us tagged as uncaring people who only care about ourselves, which is so far from true.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that we're seeing in Texas is there is a movement of trying to cater to the other everyday people.
Well, it's almost the opposite problem in my view, the opposite problem the Democrats have. You got your regular Democrats, and then you've got these whack jobs so far left, like AOC and Maxine Waters and Dianne Feinstein, and you know the whole crew,
Yeah.
the California left coast nutcases. And those are the people they're catering to because they're such bullies. Well, on our side, we have regular people, but then we have our elites, the Bill Kristol's, one of your favorites,
Oh.
George Wills,
Another favorite.
Chris Wallace.
That George Conway's been ticking me off lately.
Oh, he's a jerk. You know what? She gets the attention, and he's jealous.
Yeah, he's jealous.
Yeah, so
that's one of the things, you know, we need to remarket ourselves as conservatives. We need to be seen, you know, we don't give ourselves credit. We do all sorts of things to help people out.
absolutely.
Thanksgiving and other holidays, I've gone to food banks and fed people. Yeah. But, you know, we don't brag about it the way the Democrats have marketed themselves.
Well, the president was criticized for going to Afghanistan and doling out the food. Yeah. They had a problem with that.
Yeah. So, you know, the thing is we've got to start touching the everyday people better than what we've done. And but see, that's some of what we've been doing in Texas, actually, is we have gotten, I mean, there's some, people think of Republicans, they don't think it's that single mother with 4 children.
Right.
I was that single mother with 4 children that was a strict conservative. We've got to start going after single moms, different nationalities, because they all have a fight in this race.
Right.
Well, the one thing that came to my mind early on when you were speaking was like say when Mac and I started doing these segments a little over a year ago now. Early on, we did the Electoral College and our concern, and we specifically cited Texas. Our concern for Texas, and it was our theory in that segment. It's our theory still that if Texas falls, we are kind of toast because California is gone. It's all those Electoral College votes, Democrat, and if Texas goes, it doesn't matter what else we get in flyover country.
They're at 270 something with those states.
Yeah, it's
election over.
It's all about arithmetic, and the numbers don't bode well if Texas doesn't hold.
Yeah,
so.
And currently the Republican Party in Texas are fighting each other. We've got to stop.
That happens a lot everywhere.
We've got to stop fighting each other as conservatives and band together.
Well, in promoting our videos, I do quite a bit of time on social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, Censor Wars, a small site everybody ought to visit, censorwars.com, that is. And I always see, we need to unite, but then if you ask these people for a like or a subscription, they don't know you.
Right.
And they don't understand how this kind of YouTube thing works, where the more subscriptions we have, and the more views and the more likes we have, the more people we can reach because we move up on their recommended list.
You're not radical enough. You're too radical. You're too this or too that. Or
I'm more patriot than you are.
Yeah. I can't remember the term you used to say.
I'm ready to kill people with my bare hands. I don't need a rifle. I'm more man than you. That's what I see. It sounds ridiculous, but that's what I say.
And the other thing is that what we need to do is we need to start working locally. People say, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that because I can't travel here and I can't travel
They're
there.
too busy.
I can't afford it. I'm too busy. I work. We can start working on our local levels, and we can start getting people elected on the local levels And that will start a roll, because that's one of the things that we actually were working on in Texas.
You know, you bring up a point about, we use the excuse that we're too busy. You think about it, everyone, the libs are never too busy. In fact, they're not busy because they don't even have a
I
job.
was going to say, because
Well,
they
it does help.
But,
and they get
but-
paid to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing of it is, and that can and that touches on an issue. I don't know how it could be fixed. We're going to work every day, being productive citizens, and these people, they're on some kind of handout, going and protesting that the handout isn't bigger. So,
Meanwhile, getting paid to protest.
yeah.
So what are some other issues in Texas, Kim, besides?
Gun rights is always an issue in Texas, and
Well, they got to get those. They have to get those, or they can't suppress you.
yeah, gun rights is a big issue. We've made some advancements in that, but Texas still is behind many states as far as their gun rights go.
I have a question, a slightly off topic. Were you in close proximity to the border?
Yes, within
Okay.
150 miles.
You hear a lot, and you go on YouTube and you see it a lot. The different civilian groups, whether it be the 3%ers or whatever, how are they perceived, or what kind of activity are they conducting down there? Do you know?
They do a lot of border watches. A lot of the
Are they
groups-
productive or?
Yeah, they are actually,
Okay.
because what
That's what I was
happens is some of the
wondering.
ranches hire them
Wow.
to come guard
Okay,
their
well,
It's the 1880s again.
Yeah.
to guard their borders, because the thing is there isn't enough border patrol. What happened a few years back when Obama was in office, they moved a lot of the ICE stations back away from the border,
Okay.
and which gave better access to the illegals coming across. And a lot of those ranchers did not feel well protected. Because some of
They had to
them
fend for themselves, basically.
exactly.
And if they're too forceful, well, now they're the bad guy.
Right,
Okay.
right. And the thing is that there have been many ranchers down along the border that have been murdered by illegals. And that's not something you hear about.
You hear about it down there.
Yeah, yeah, the local
Yeah.
papers and stuff, nothing national, ever. Like I said, it's really, really gotten to be a bad thing. The other thing we don't talk about is the disease processes coming across the border. We've got third world diseases coming across our border and infecting our people in Texas right now. And so right now the border is even more important with this new virus that's coming out, because the thing is it's not just Mexicans coming across our border.
Right.
We have found prayer blankets along the border, large amounts of prayer blankets. We know that there's a lot of Asians coming across our border currently. People from Uruguay, I think they call it, and Alpine. There's been all sorts of different nationalities coming across because it's wide open.
Right.
Governor Abbott, for about a week, shut down our border totally with the Texas National Guard to prove that the border could be closed down. The other neat thing is we're not hearing about the border wall being built, but it definitely is. Our
Right.
border wall is going up along Texas, slow, but going up.
Going to why this next election is so important.
Yeah.
They'll just
Yeah.
put a gate in the wall.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess this ends
Yep.
this edition, and be safe, watch your six, and don't
Don't tread on me.
tread on me. Bye-bye.
That's all right.
Sorry.